Hey guys, it's Daphne Reloaded. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. If you are new, I'd like to inform you that I was vegan, now I'm not a vegan, and now I make videos discussing diet and health and tearing up vegans' diets, ripping them a new asshole through which they can continue shitting their burning liquid vegan diarrhea. If that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. I have no affiliations, I have no sponsorships, there are no crappy ads you have to skip. I am not monetized. I do no e-begging. And again, if that sounds good to you, hit that thumbs up button and give me a subscription. I would love to have you. In this video, we're going to be talking about VeganGains. I am sorry. I would like to offer my sincerest apologies to some of my favorite viewers. I didn't do my homework. I just made a video yesterday after watching one of VeganGains' videos. I did not do the homework necessary. Therefore, I did not understand half of the comments you were leaving telling me he's on steroids, he's taking drugs, he's injecting, he's doing weed gummies, he's taking psychedelics, he's doing anything he can to lift himself out of this hole except eat a ribeye. I didn't know that that was true, so I did my homework, and in this video we are going to hear it straight from Richard's mouth. He is doing drugs. He is taking steroids. He is feeling very, very depressed. He is feeling nihilistic. He doesn't understand the point of life. Now, I didn't have to search very long to find these clips. They are pretty much easy to find. He pretty much admits readily that he's taking steroids, and let's jump right into it, guys.
For GTA 6, and to preemptively answer some stupid questions I know I'm going to get, first of all, steroids are vegan. They're made out of soybeans and sweet potatoes.
Let's hear that again. Really? Let's hear that again. Because I would like to tell everybody that that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Honey, heroin is vegan. Cocaine is vegan. Just because something's plant-based doesn't mean that it is, you know, from God himself. It doesn't mean that it's perfect. It doesn't mean that it's healthy. It doesn't mean that it's good for you.
To preemptively answer some stupid questions I know I'm going to get, first of all, steroids are vegan. They're made out of soybeans and sweet potatoes, so don't ask. And I have been natural my entire life up until August 1st of this year. That's when I started using. So as of recording this video, I have only been using steroids for the past 2 months. Any videos or content or photos I've uploaded before August 1st, I was 100% natural.
I kind of believe that, because, like, his physique isn't that great. And, I mean, he thinks he reached his quote-unquote natural peak, that was the best he could do. That was the best he could do all natural. But it wasn't. It wasn't, was it? Because he didn't try a ribeye. He didn't try bacon and eggs. He didn't actually try the thing that he should try to be natural and make progress. Like all vegans, he has decided to turn to injections, drugs, and chemicals. Let's hear some more.
Just to clear things up. Now, unfortunately, Greg doesn't really care about facts and the truth and presenting information in an...
Well, then you should get along with him quite well, because neither do you. Also, actually, I wanted to tell you guys that there is a winner from the competition. I asked you guys to go ahead and give me your best caption for this picture here, and I would present you with a winner, and the winner would be shouted out in my video. So I asked you to caption this video, I asked you to caption this picture, and I've got a lot of entries. I want to thank all of you for entering, and the winner is Clemens34. He's ready to crack ... an egg. Again, thank you all for participating in this. These are a lot of fun. A couple people said, you know, he looks constipated, he's dreaming of Dukalax, he's dreaming of Colace, he's flexing so hard his soul is about to leave his body, I think he needs an enema, steroids are vegan, right? I hate babies, I hate animals, but I love men. Yeah, poor vegan stains. It must suck. It must really suck to do this to yourself and continue to do this to yourself and not realize that you are in fact doing it to yourself. Alright, so let's jump into the part of the video that I think is pretty much the most important. I'm trying to find out where it is. He sits down in his kitchen and he talks about how he's feeling nihilistic. I'm having a hard time figuring out where I put that. I think it's here. Let's watch this.
For garbage bags. Just got back from the bike ride. This is about 50 grams of protein in the shake. And
okay, I want to clarify something real quick, guys. It's going to seem like I'm covering the exact same video, and I'm not. These are actually, it's like a series of videos. He did like a 4, maybe 5-part series here, where he goes from kitchen to gym, kitchen to gym, kitchen to gym, before going to live stream to e-bake. That's his whole life. Kitchen, gym, kitchen, gym, kitchen, gym, e-bake, 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 e-bake. Okay, so the reason I'm making this clarification is because it's going to sound like, it's going to seem like it's the same exact video, and that's because he's eating the exact same thing in every video. It's just a sweet potato, some lettuce, 2 blocks of tofu, some really nasty diet soda that's flavored with aspartame, and some sludge that he's drinking right here, right now. If you hear my cat crying, or my dog chewing on their bones, or my kids crying, I'm really sorry about all of that. Just block that out and pay attention. Okay, thanks.
And 15 grams of creatine. There's fucking any testosterone in here. You know, I looked over some of the workout footage, and I always think, no matter what, I could be bigger, stronger, leaner, better looking, more shredded, and that used to bother me. But I learned to appreciate it. I had a mushroom trip a while ago, and
I've only known people over the age of 85 to sound like that when they sit. Like, he is destroying his joints, destroying them.
In the mushroom trip, I truly internalized nihilism, and I was playing Call of Duty with a buddy of mine while I was tripping, and I told him I beat life.
I'm telling you that life is beating you. It is kicking your literal ass. You can't get by. You don't know what to do. You don't know the meaning of life. You don't like reproduction. You don't like reproductivity. You don't like productivity. You just want to self-flagellate and suffer. And also, small announcement, while I'm calling him out for his drug usage and his shroom trips and his weed consumption and his injectables, I just want to let everybody know, I have quit using all cannabis products. I quit nicotine. Yes, I did. And for the last 6 months, I have been also clean of caffeine. Thank you, thank you. I just want a couple positive comments, pat me on the back. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I've always been confused with, why are we here? What am I doing? You know, we do all this crap like working out, training.
No, we don't do all this crap like training. Like, the people that do that as a hobby and enjoy it, they eat meat. And the people like you who are doing it for self-flagellation purposes, that's not the same thing other people do. I go to the gym because I live next to a really, really nice country club, and it's nice to go there. It's nice to have some sort of social interaction. It's nice to use the swimming pool. It's nice to walk the track. The people that are there are usually clean and well-mannered and rich people, and like, you know, like it's a nice social engagement. I don't do something to self-flagellate out of self-hatred. I do things out of enjoyment and productivity or reproductivity. Those things are not on your dopamine menu, and they should be, Richard. They really should be.
Job, money, worrying over bills, and there's no real reason.
Why are you worried over bills? You have 300,000 subscribers. If you even marketed a product to 10,000 of them, I've proven that you can make over $250,000 a year doing that. But that would take productivity, Richard. Why are you worried about bills when all you have to do is plop your ass in your gaming chair and ask a bunch of people to donate money and they'll give it to you? You panhandle. You're no better than the beggar on the street with a cardboard sign. You're just doing it digitally. Why would you worry about bills if people are just giving you money? Why would you be worried about bills if you clearly don't ever have to pass a piss test or get a job?
And when you think of it, about it, why we do it, we're all gonna die. All of this, poof, nobody will even remember.
And that is a vegan coming to the grand conclusion that there is a food chain. Animals eat other animals, we eat other animals, and we all eventually die. I think veganism is something for young children and like young adults because they haven't understood the concept of death yet. So if like we could just prevent all the death if we just stop killing. We could just prevent death altogether. We could live forever and animals could live forever if we just didn't kill them. And that's just a very naive way of thinking. It's an incorrect way of thinking, and it's something that Richard here at the ripe age of 34 is realizing just isn't true. What's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of life? Reproductivity, productivity, and enjoyment. He doesn't do those three things. He goes to the kitchen to eat garbage, he goes to the gym to self-flagellate, and then he sits his ass in his gaming chair and asks for fucking free money. I would feel like there's no point to life if that was my life too.
You know, what we did here, and I truly saw how pointless and meaningless everything fucking was. And it was such a relief to feel that, because I was so stressed out and worrying and had this anxiety and depression for so long. And then I was just in that state for too long.
Anxiety and depression are for people that are actually smart. I don't think that you're smart enough to be depressed. I don't think you're smart enough to have actual anxieties. I think maybe you injected yourself with something that made your heart race. Maybe you worked out too hard and you felt like crap, but that's not you being smart enough to be anxious or depressed. Seriously, that's just my honest truth.
I realized if you really do see and feel the truth, that everything is pointless. There's nothing left to do. There's no
If you felt that way, then you wouldn't stay vegan. If you realized that there's no point to life, you're nihilistic, there's really no reason to do anything, then why be vegan? If there's really no point in doing anything and nothing that we do here matters anyway, why not have a London broil? You guys know how much I love a London broil.
motivation to eat, sleep, shit, go to work, do anything, because you see and feel just how pointless everything fucking is. And I realized there are benefits to living, believe it or not.
There are benefits to living. Listen, anybody out there listening, I would like to make it clear that your living room is what you make it. Your bathroom is what you make it. Your life is what you make it. Any business that you start, it's what you make it. It has purpose that you give it. You, Richard, are failing to give your life purpose. You're failing to give your life meaning. And that's actually good news, because that means that it's all within your control. You can control this. You can give this meaning. And you're coming to the conclusion here, right in front of us, that you're having a hard time admitting to yourself that veganism is pointless. Doing this, eating this way, suffering this way, self-flagellating in this way is pointless. So you don't have to do it anymore.
Or not. There's a whole lot of shit that we can enjoy here. And, yeah, if you're in that state where you just see and feel, you know, the truth, that there is no point to anything, you're kind of done. I remember I realized if I stay like this, I'm never going to eat. I'm never gonna drink, I'm just gonna wither away and fucking die, because I literally had no motivation for fucking anything, and I was hoping to get that, drive, pain, anger, whatever the hell it was, back, so I can keep playing this game of life.
He's so gassy from his fucking shitty diet. He literally, like, I've watched several of these videos. He cannot talk for 8 minutes straight without burping or farting. He is just full of air. If he were to step on that scale that Cheap Lazy Vegan is offering, his body air percentage would be like 25%. You're 25% bloated hot fucking air.
Because I kind of enjoy it. I just didn't realize it at the time. So, that's the game I play. I work out, and I enjoy working out. I feel good when I do it. And then I
No, you don't. No, you don't. We've watched you. You don't feel good doing any of the diet and exercise that you're engaging in. And again, I follow several other bodybuilders. And one of my favorites is Shakira Transformations. And let me tell you what, she tends to enjoy the process. Like, I know cutting isn't always that enjoyable, but she enjoys all of it much more than VeganGains. Because she actually eats meat. Because she understands reproductivity, productivity, and enjoyment. These three things he doesn't understand.
Look at myself, and I'm not completely satisfied, and I work out more. Constantly chasing that carrot in front of me.
That's body dysmorphia. You have basically just explained to all of us that you have body dysmorphia. That's what you have. Alright, let's watch him in the kitchen some more.
That tastes weird.
What was that? That tastes weird? You mean this sludge you're making doesn't taste like gourmet? No, why?
Ooh, that tastes weird.
Okay, let me tell you why it tastes weird. Here's what you're doing wrong, okay? You're not putting the right shit in the blender. You're not blending it long enough. You're not pouring it over a tall glass of ice with a nice straw. You're just lazily slapping it up to your mouth. Just take it off the blender and you didn't even mix it all the way. No wonder it tastes like fucking weird and garbagey. Like, try harder in the kitchen. Like, literally, if you were to try harder in the kitchen and stop making so many colossal fucking mistakes, your quality of life would improve. And just because I'm a stickler for iron skillets, it looks like he's using a cast iron skillet on the left, but the right one is Teflon. And he is frying up 2 blocks of tofu. One whole block of tofu being fried in Teflon. But yes, guys, the meat eaters, we're the ones that are going to get cancer. He's taking drugs, injecting poison, on steroids, frying tofu in Teflon, drinking aspartame diet fucking sodas while telling us we're the ones, we meat eaters are the ones who will get cancer and degenerative illnesses. Meanwhile, his knees are so degenerated he can't even sit down without sounding like he's over 80 years old.
Sugar. This is actually really good. It's grown on me.
So aspartame doesn't just cause cancer. It actually can cause a plethora of other diseases. It can actually cause multiple sclerosis. I had a friend one time. She went to the hospital. They said that there was some fluid leaking out of her ear and they didn't know what was causing it, so they gave her some drops, told her she probably had an earache, and sent her home. Turned out that the diet soda that she was drinking for breakfast, lunch, and dinner was causing her multiple sclerosis, and the fluid leaking out of her ear was cerebral spinal fluid. That's a true fucking story right there. So, Richard, you putting yourself on some sort of health and pedestal of being better than everybody and being healthier than everybody because you're vegan, this diet soda is setting you back. And it's setting you up for a lot of diseases. Do you want cerebral spinal fluid to be leaking out of your ear? Do you? Is that what you want? Because I actually don't think that's what you want. I think that you're too arrogant to think that anything bad could happen to you. I think you're too snotty and too conceited to think that what you're doing with your diet could ever impact you, because you know you're a vegan and you're definitely never going to have a heart attack and you're definitely never going to get cancer, because your diet of fried tofu and aspartame diet sodas is it's gonna have your back, girl. It's gonna have your back.
My main go-to artificially sweetened beverage. I still want them to make the crushed cream soda flavor, but...
Why would a vegan want anything flavored like cream? Why would you want cream soda? Why would you want cream? You're a vegan. Shouldn't you just be, like, fermenting your own piss?
The orange actually slaps. And like usual, final meal is 2 blocks of tofu with Korean barbecue sauce and a big bowl of lettuce.
So, what are we getting here? Big bowl of lettuce, no nutritional value. A big bowl of fried tofu with Korean barbecue sauce. Well, let me explain what's on that. We're just going to start with some hydrogenated oil, which we just heard him frying in his pan. So, he's going to be eating that. He's covered it with probably MSG, enhanced barbecue sauce, for flavor. So that MSG, that monosodium glutamate, is actually going to impact every cell, raise his cancer risk, and actually raise his risk for macular degeneration. Did you know Dr. Lorraine Day made a whole book about how MSG can cause blindness because it basically eats out your retina? But you, Richard, no, Richard, it's not going to happen to you. No, of course not. But let's not forget that tofu is soy, and that it is filled to the fucking brim with phytoestrogens. So why would you need to inject testosterone? Because you're not eating a diet that would facilitate you to have testosterone. You're eating a diet of estrogen. That's what you're eating, and that is a cancer-causing diet.
So, hope you all enjoyed today's vlog.
This is the point where I ask somebody, do you hear yourself? Are you listening to the words that are coming out of your mouth? Have you done a vibe check on yourself? So I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed watching me eat garbage. I hope that you enjoyed watching me bend down and sit in this chair so slowly and so painfully that an 80-year-old man could do it better. I really hope that you enjoyed watching me self-flagellate in my plastic-covered psychopathic gym I have downstairs. I really hope that you enjoyed hearing me talk about nihilism and the pointlessness of life. Like, are you fucking listening to yourself? Are you listening to yourself? You have potentially filmed this, uploaded it, and potentially even listened to it back. Are you listening to yourself? Are you lacking that much self-awareness that all that matters is that you didn't eat meat? All that matters is that you didn't eat fish. All that matters is that you didn't have any dairy or eggs. That's all that matters. There's no point to life. I stuck to my vegan diet. And I hope you enjoyed my video. No. And then here at this end of this video, this is even more sad. This is pathetic. He puts an apple on lettuce. It is like, oh my god, it is just depressing as hell.
So, we're just going to have the last meal for today, which is just going to be tofu, some lettuce, and an apple.
Tofu, some lettuce, and an apple. Again, this is a completely different video, same shit, different day. Could you imagine, seriously, telling yourself, well, I wake up in the morning, and I have a cat turd for breakfast, and then I have a dog turd for lunch, and then I have some garbage I dug out of a swamp. I have that for dinner. And would you imagine that I don't enjoy that? Okay, so I go home to an empty house where I have to continue e-bagging and self-flagellating, and would you imagine that I don't enjoy my life? Like, life is what you're making it. Life is always about what you're making it, and Richard, you're making it a living hell. And then wondering why you feel depressed and nihilistic. I don't know, I just feel like there's no point to life. There's no point to your life! Because you're not making an effort to give it any meaning or purpose or value, literally whatsoever.
Dieting sucks. Oh.
No, your diet sucks. Lots of people eat food and enjoy that food. Lots of people count calories and still enjoy eating smaller amounts of good food. Your diet sucks. Your diet, the one you're eating, that's what sucks. Not dieting sucks. What you're doing as a diet is what is sucking.
Oh, there's a kitty. Oh my goodness, Gum Gum. Oh my goodness.
And Gum Gum is like, is there anything here? Is there a can of tuna? Is there some fish? Is there a can of turkey? Is there a can of chicken with some juice I could drink? Is there a spider? Is there a rat? Is there a mouse? Is there a bug I could catch? A fly I could eat? Is there something in this house that I could eat besides the soy fucking nuggets you're forcing onto me? That's what Gum Gum's thinking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here's the cat. What's he doing? Oh.
And now...
He's running off to look for a spider to eat. Like, what would VeganGains do if he came down to his basement after being out on his bike? He comes down to his basement and he sees his cat who has caught a mouse and is, you know, just kind of playing with its dead corpse a little bit. You know how they hide it again and then they prance up on it all happily, like they re-find it, they give themselves the joy, they're like, yeah, I found a mouse, they're so happy about it, and then, like, would want to eat that mouse. Would he even let the cat eat the mouse? What would he do? I would love to hear his answer to that. What would you do if your obligate carnivore cat found a spider or a rat or a mouse in your actual house and wanted to eat it? Would you let that happen? Would you let your cat have the only piece of nutrition that it's ever had in its fucking life? Or would you take the mouse, throw it outside, throw it in the garbage can, presumably already dead or mostly dead, allow it to continue to maybe die in the trash can while your cat continues to suffer, and then give your cat another scoop of those soy kibbles? Is that what you would do?
Oh, I'm going to enjoy my sweet, sweet...
Oh my god, this is pathetic. This is pathetic. He's not even using a type of lettuce that even has nutrients. He's just eating the worst possible diet that he could come up with. And again, just like cheap, lazy vegan, he's in a third world country. He's up there in Canada. They don't have access to good nutrition. Again, that's sarcasm, but you know, he doesn't have access to good nutrition. He can't make it to a grocery store. They don't even have grocery stores where he lives. Like, he had to go to like a food pantry for poor people, and he had to just accept that, you know, this is the lettuce they had. They had one apple that fell from a tree that was kind of rotten, and he grabbed that, and this magical block of tofu just fell from the sky like manna from heaven, and that's all he's gonna have. That's all he's gonna have. I just don't know why I hate my life. I'm gonna sit in front of my computer and e-bag while eating a very non-nutritive meal that I don't even want to eat, that's not enjoyable to eat, and then wonder why I don't like my life. Wonder why there's no point to my life. Wonder why I'm not enjoying any aspect of my life.
Lettuce with an apple. And my Korean barbecue tofu.
Oh yeah, we need the estrogen, fried in oil, hydrogenated garbage, coated in monosodium glutamate flavor enhancers, because that's good for you. That's definitely, you know, that's better for you than having a steak, obviously, right? I couldn't imagine having stayed on veganism until I was 34. I couldn't imagine. I went vegan/vegetarian when I was about 10 years old, and I learned over the course of those many years, that, you know, this isn't really doing it for me. This isn't really making me feel healthy. And then on top of that, it ended up giving me kidney stones. The kale that I was eating, the kale that vegans say to eat, the spinach that vegans say is so healthy for you, the vegan doctors and the books, I read all of them and they said you need to eat kale and spinach, and all it did was give me green kidney stones that I had to birth out. Now, pissing out green kidney stones is no fucking fun. Also, side note, if you do get kidney stones and they are accompanied by a urinary tract infection, which leads to a kidney infection, that can be a fatal, life-threatening situation, which I found myself in because of veganism 2 times. 2 times I had to go to the hospital with kidney stones, and that's just those 2 times alone convinced me maybe this isn't working. Maybe I should make a different fucking choice.
So, hope you all had fun. I'll be making...
I hope you all had fun. Do you? Do you hope we had fun? Because there wasn't anything fun in this entire video series. I watched all 4/5 parts of it. None of it was fun. You didn't have fun. The audience didn't have fun. The only fun anybody's gonna have is when they rewatch it through me. My reaction channel gives them the filter of funniness because I'm hilarious, but other than that, there's no fun to be had here, baby. There's no fun. You are not fun. If you had a personality, if you had a good outlook on life, if you had good energy, you would be so handsome. You would love your life. Because you're not a bad-looking dude. You're just, like, negative and gross with your poopy diaper attitude. That's what makes you not like life. That's what makes you unattractive. And there is no amount of muscle that you can gain. There are no injections that you can give yourself. There's no drugs that you can do to make yourself more attractive while having a poopy diaper attitude. I hope that clears things up. I want to thank you all for watching my video. Please do not go over to his channel and leave him negative, discouraging comments. Do not make fun of him in his comment section. I don't think that I don't think he's strong enough to handle it. He thinks that strength is the most important thing in the world, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any emotional strength. He doesn't have any mental strength, and the strength that he's gained in the gym is all fake. He can't handle the type of criticism that some of you would like to go over to his comment section and leave. Please leave him only encouraging comments that are thought-provoking, if at all. If you leave comments at all on his channel, please be kind and please be courteous and please be uplifting and encourage him to try out a different diet. The carnivores on the other side of this are ready to welcome you with open arms. We are ready to forgive you for your bullshit for the last several years. We are all ready to forgive you for eating this way. Your body is ready to forgive you for eating this way. And if you were to switch over to even just a heavy animal fat omnivorous diet, you would be welcomed into the community. We would love it. We would cherish you. You would be one of the biggest players. All you have to do is that one thing that's really hard to do, which is admit that you were wrong. Again, that's the whole reason I started my channel. After coming home with my 3rd kidney stone, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make some videos and try to undo the damage. I promoted this diet for too long. I need to undo the damage. I need to admit I was wrong, and only through admitting that you were wrong, only through the confession of saying I fucked up, can you begin to grow and develop and heal. Again, your body is ready to forgive you. The people are ready to forgive you, and anybody that you misled is ready to hear a different story. Bye, guys. Alright, in light of the fact that VeganGains is forcing a vegetarian and vegan diet onto his obligate carnivorous cat, I thought I'd show you guys how I feed my dog. Now, in one pan I've got some pork chops, and in the other pan I've got some beef and pork neck bones, and we are just going to put them on a plate on a clean towel here. Now, these are uninjected, local, grass-fed, perfect. She eats better than most people. Nice big neck bone right there. Another big pork chop right here. Another neck bone. Another neck bone. And I cook for her like this every fucking day. And what's really awesome is the broth that you get from this, which looks a little bit like this, can be turned into a wonderful and glorious gravy. And all these little extra bits, she really likes those. If you want to turn it into a gravy, the gravy is going to look a little bit like that. And if you guys want the recipe for that, leave me a comment. I might give that to you. It's actually pretty simple, 18th century high-fat gravy. And my dog is going to eat this. This is what she's going to eat for the day, because she is an obligate carnivore. And if you have a dog and you're not feeding them like this, you should do it. You should absolutely do it. If you want to save on vet bills, if you want to avoid giving your dog renal failure and cancer, pork chops and neck bones are a great way to go. Now, neck bones are also probably called at your local butcher shop soup bones or broth bones, and they're relatively cheap because most people don't want them, because they're not really for us to eat. They're for us to cook with. They give good flavor, they can make good gravy, but they're really not for us to eat. The pork chops are for people to eat, but again, she eats better than most people because we love her. Of course, the end result is basically a bone broth, which is high in collagen. It's very good with minerals. I mean, it's so good for you and your joint health. And if you want to drink this and sip on this, you'd want to add a little bit of salt. But if you are making this for your dog, don't add the salt to the mixture while you're cooking it, because you should not give your dog any extra salt. Just a little side tip. Alright, Merry Christmas. Get up here. Show them how you do it. Come on, get up here. Get up here. Show them how you do it. Lay down. Lay down. You're such a good girl. You are such a good girl. You want a neck bone? You want a neck bone? Good girl. Yes. Do you want to show people how you do it? Yes. Now again, when you prepare these for your dog, do not add any salt to it. They don't need any salt. They don't need that. But if you want to add salt to the mineral-rich broth for yourself, you can do that afterwards. If you want to turn the broth into a gravy, you can add salt and do that too. Also, while your dog is eating these, it's really best to give them a blanket that is designated for them. This is her Merry Christmas blanket. Her name's Merry Christmas, and she gets a Christmas blanket. Are you getting camera shy? Oh, are you getting camera shy? Do you want a pork chop? Do you want a pork chop? Of course you do. Alright, so, as I was saying, she is a Catahoula leopard mixed with a black German shepherd. And again, get a designated blanket. This can get messy. Again, make sure they have access to fresh water all the time. And just enjoy having an obligate carnivorous pet that you treat as an obligate carnivorous pet. The pork chops and the neck bones are always a real hit with our very Merry Christmas. Yes. She is a natural-born guard dog. She is very highly trained. She does just about everything we ask. And she'll even bring us stuff. We'll say, I can't reach it, and she'll bring it to us. Do you want another pork chop? Do you want another pork chop? Yes. Yes, you do. I love you, baby.